Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Yellow Jackets will put total leather and we'll get started. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Offense and an empty set. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made and the coach will take the penalty. Poor starting field position here for this offense. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to pass, it's Mendoza. Fires downfield. On target to the left. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Man, you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. That's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Using his legs to buy some time. Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left. Off to the races. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a bang, a 71-yard scoring strike. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. He leaves it with his back. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's King. Throwing right. He's got it. And he'll be brought down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Off play action. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. It's Rutherford. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Still looking, on the move. On the run, fires downfield. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Hoosiers want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Grab near the marker, it's Brady. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Hoosiers are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, on 3rd and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Yellow Jackets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to throw. It's King. They get to him as he throws. Catch in the middle. It's Rivers. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Working on the right. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
He's got the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. And the Yellow Jackets come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wants to throw on third. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Complete and looking for enough for the first down.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Oh, better look out. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He'll pull it down. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Turning it off. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll leave it with him. Shakes off the defender. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They'll go hurry up here. Might be changing the route. Might as well give it to him again. Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Looking to throw, it's Kane. Quarterback floating away from pressure. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Who needs a 2-minute offense when you're this explosive? This offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Buys a little time. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Gets rid of it. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
A shot toward the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. 3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. The offense changing the play. On 4th down, going to the air. Flushed out of the pocket. On the move, he fires. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Touchdown, Indiana! A great catch and run for 6.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. So an 82-yard drive there. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. just enough time for one final play of the half. Off-play action on first down. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. They finally make the stop, and that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. The Hoosiers will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Offense rolls back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this.
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
And the offense takes the field ready to go back to work. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Moving out of the pocket. Fires on the move. Finds space on the right. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wants to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Becker. Well, that toe-tap catch had a little style, but not much substance on that.
No, the defense did a good job, too, using the sideline to their advantage. Using the sideline as a 12th man. There was nowhere for that receiver to go except get one foot down and get out.
Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Brady. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. And the Hoosiers will try to pick it up on fourth down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Trying to keep the drive alive. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in fourth and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
Looking left. And they're not on the same page there.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Unloads to the wideout. That's a throw and catch you will put on the resume reel. Great footwork along the boundary. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Rutherford. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Just under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's King. It's complete on the right side. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved?
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Looking for space to the left. Trying to escape and get it himself. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We reached the end of the period. It's Indiana on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Zings it complete to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Now the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Quarterback making checks. To throw, it's Mendoza. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Brady. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown.